Welcome to the speaking section of IELTS examination. My name is Sapna Dhamecha and I would be your examiner for this part of the test, and this test would be recorded. May I know your full name, please?
Yes, my full name is Samneet Kaur.
How may I address you?
You may address me by my first name Samneet.
Okay, Samneet. May I see your identification, please?
Yes, sure.
Thank you so much. Where do you live?
I live in a village, Sanyana. It is in the state Haryana, in the northern part of the country.
Do you study or work?
Well, I am still a student. I have recently passed out my 12th from CBSE board and looking forward for further studies.
Okay, now few questions will be based on evening time. Do you like the morning or evening?
Well, I am unable to wake early in the morning, so I prefer evenings as this is the best time to relax and roam around in the garden, admire the beauty of the nature, and unwind myself.
Okay, what do you usually do in the evening?
During evening, it's my relaxing time. I go for a walk, spend time with my friends and even families, and have talk with my friends.
So before proceeding further to this interview, here I would like to inform you guys at your IELTS partner platform, we are offering online classes for IELTS. If you guys wish to enroll in reading, speaking, listening or writing classes, then you can. You can contact us on the number displayed below. First of all, you can book free demo class and later on you can enroll in our courses. Thank you so much. What did you do in the evening when you were little?
Well, as I was a child, I was busy doing my homework, playing with my friends during the evening. I had no time for other stuffs, or I usually prefer watching TV.
Are there any differences between what you do in the evening now and what you did in the past?
Yes, of course, things have changed widely. During my childhood, I spent major time playing games with my friends or doing homework. But nowadays, as I'm grown up, I am always stressed about my future. I am busy with my studies and I prefer relaxing in my evening time.
Now, few questions will be based on sitting down. Do you find it easy to fall asleep when sitting on a sofa?
No, it's quite difficult for me to fall asleep while sitting on a sofa as it's uncomfortable for me and I would prefer a bed over a sofa. It's good to have a nap over a sofa.
When you were a kid, did you usually sit on the floor?
Yes, of course. Me and my friends and even during family gatherings, we used to prefer sit on the floors, having fun with each other.
Do you feel sleepy when you are sitting down?
Sometimes I do feel uncomfortable while sitting for too long onto the floor. It makes my body stiff, and so I prefer roaming around or having a walk.
Do you always sit down for a long time?
No, as already mentioned, my body feels stiff and uncomfortable. So I took some breaks during my sitting period. I have a warm up or go for a walk to sustain.
Now, few questions will be based on computers. In what conditions would it be difficult for you to use a computer?
Well, if there is no good internet connection, or in some cases, sometimes computer doesn't function properly due to hardware or software issues, so it's quite difficult to use it.
Okay, what would your life be like without computers?
Well, I am born in the era of technology, and computers are one which I'm extremely attached to. It have made my life so fast. But if there would not be computers, my life would be in a very slow and away from communication and entertainment.
When was the first time you used a computer?
I clearly remember when I was a child during my elementary school, one of my teacher taught me about how to switch on or switch off the computer and some drawing stuff to do on the computer.
Okay, in what conditions would you use a computer?
When computer is completely okay and good network connection, and when surrounding is polite and quiet, so I prefer doing work on the computer.
Okay, thank you. This is end of the part one. Now I'm going to give you a cue card and you will have to speak between 1 and 2 minutes. If you wish to plan your answer, then you can. You can make notes. Okay, Samneet, you may start speaking now.
This is indeed a fact that promises help in building a good relation and helps in building the trust. But I don't prefer usually making promises with someone, as I feel like some circumstances prevent me from keeping my promises. But I do remember a way long in my ninth standard, I made promise with my parents regarding getting good score.
Mm-hmm.
Due to some issues like lockdown and some certain issues, I was unable to score good in my ninth standard. This made my parents and even me upset. So I made a promise with my parents of getting good grade in the next class, and I did so. I scored above 90% in my 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping a promise was not easy as I had to go a lot through ups and downs. It was extremely difficult. It was tough for me to understand the phenomena of mathematics and science, but I tried my best. My dedication and my hard work helped me to achieve the good score, and this made my parents happy and even me, as it was for my betterment. By summing up, I would say that individual must make promises as per their quality and as per their ability.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, can you explain that why did you make that promise to your parents?
Well, my parents always like every each and every parents think better about their child. So that time I was unable to score good. So that made my parents really upset, and even I was about to cry because of that. Due to certain issues, that thing happened. So I kept the promise for my betterment so that I can score good in boards, and this my happiness makes my parents happy.
Okay, great. Now there will be some follow-up questions, and all the follow-up questions will be based on the cue card. Do parents in your country make a lot of promises to their children?
Yes, of course, parents in my country do make promises with their child. Like if they get good marks or good grades, they will be gifting them some gifts or take them to trip.
Why you think that parents make a lot of promises to their children these days?
Well, it's their personal choice. I would say it's because of getting more advantages from their child or making them more secure or passionate toward their work as they will be
Okay, so do you consider this is really a good thing?
Yes, of course. Making promises is a really good thing as it's the base of a good relation or helps in a building up a trust.
Is it useful to write down promises?
Well, I believe that writing down a promise is really good as one can dedicated towards their goal, keeping their promises, and even it's about the hard work one put in to fulfill the promise.
Do you often keep your promises, Samneet?
Well, I try my best to keep my promises, but some circumstances do take place which prevent me to keep my promises.
Which fails you to commit your promise, to make your promise fulfilled?
I would say this is only me, myself, which restricts me to fulfill the promises. Like it may be my laziness or my loss of dedication and some other things, I would
Mhm.
say.
What kind of promises do people often make?
It depends from person to person. People do make promises regarding building up a good relation or keeping their friendships alive till end. Or gifting them some good gifts, or even like me, promising their parents to get good grades.
Okay, promising your parents. Okay, fine. This is end of the test. Thank you so much. Great. So now I would like to give you the feedback for this. So Samneet, I'm quite happy for this interview, and from my point of view, this ranges between 6.5 and 7 band score. But today, for this speaking, I'm giving you 6.5 band score. So actually, it ranges between 6.5 and 7. And today, like there is no score between this and that. So I'm giving you 6.5 band score. So first of all, I would like to say that in the part one, that very good answers you had given me. You used good vocabulary also, roaming around, productive, active, agile, stiff. But you used one particular word, stuff, twice. So guys, if you are speaking this word in your IELTS, speaking stuff, so this is quite informal, avoid using it. So you have to avoid using it. So you cannot use informal words while speaking IELTS when you are sitting in this test, especially for the speaking part. And in the part one, one thing I noticed that you rare used some starters. Like before starting the answer of every question, that you need to use good starters. This is really important, that you could start your answer by saying some starters. Of course, yes. Indeed, yes. Definitely, definitely not. Certainly, yes. Certainly, no. Obviously, yes. In my opinion, I think so. In my perspective, but you missed those starters. So this is one particular reason that, like in the part one, you may have less score. So try to add these starters also. It makes one speaking really impressive and attractive. Okay, coming to the cue card. So the answer of cue card was quite good, but you spoke less than 2 minutes. So examiner may further ask you explain some certain part, as I asked you or approached you, explain something. Then you explained me. But sometime examiner will not ask you to explain, and as you spoke less than 2 minutes, so they may reduce your score. So if they may ask you explain, sometime examiner may ask the candidate explain further, or they may use their body language like this, because they want to listen more from you guys. So take care of this. As I asked you explain, then you explained it well, but this was your responsibility to cover the time length. And in the second part, in the cue card, one thing was missing, another thing was missing, that was connectors. When you were joining one point to another, one bullet to another bullet point, then you were not using connectors. Like when you have finished your one point, then try to add on further, I would say, moreover, or you just used one connector while summing up. So this is good, that when you're going to end up your cue card and you're using that summing up connector in the end, or to sum up, or while winding up, I would say, or while summing up. You said that while summing up, so this was really great, because here you are just describing, you're trying to say the examiner, you're going to finish your answer. Okay, this was good thing, but rest of the cue card you did not use connectors. So in the fluency and coherence part, this is important, try to use connectors. So just learn some connectors so that it can add value to your speaking. Coming to the follow-up part, it was great, but you need to give strong opinion. That's what I require. That answers were good, but still that be practical, like whatever your experiences or whatever you actually have observed. So these are the like real life based questions. So try to add strong opinion answers here. Otherwise, it was fantastic. So I hope then in the final examination you could be able to reach 8 band score or your target score. Thank you so much.